In 2008, California's high-speed rail wasn't just a project, it was a promise. A promise to revolutionize transportation, reduce travel times, and lead the way in sustainable travel. Voters approved nearly $10 billion to build a high-speed rail system that would connect San Francisco to Los Angeles in under 3 hours. This would make it the first true high-speed rail system in the US. For many, it was seen as a bold step into the future, an investment that would transform the state's infrastructure and fight climate change. But fast forward to 2024, and the question on everyone's mind is, can this project ever be completed? What once felt like a game-changing idea is now plagued by delays, ballooning costs, and uncertainty. What happened to the promise of sleek trains speeding through California's cities? The dream has gotten tangled in bureaucratic challenges, financial roadblocks, and political opposition. So how did it all go wrong? How? The initial vision for California's high-speed rail was nothing short of revolutionary. The trains were supposed to travel at 220 miles per hour, whisking passengers between San Francisco and Los Angeles in record time. The system was designed to be the backbone of a 21st century transportation network, modeled after successful high-speed rail systems in countries like Japan, France, and China. But soon after the project began, reality set in. Originally projected to cost $33 billion, the price tag began to rise rapidly. First, it hit $40 billion, then $60 billion. By 2022, the cost estimates had ballooned to an eye-watering $113 billion, more than 3 times the original figure. The source of the rising costs? The complexity of building across California's diverse geography. While the Central Valley, with its open, flat farmland, offered relatively easy construction, building through the rugged Tehachapi Mountains and urban areas like Los Angeles presented serious engineering challenges. In addition to geographic obstacles, the project ran into fierce legal battles over land acquisition. Landowners, particularly in rural areas, resisted selling their property, dragging the project into courtrooms and adding further delays. Environmental groups also raised concerns about the potential impact on wildlife and ecosystems, leading to bureaucratic hurdles that further slowed progress. What started as a visionary project quickly became entangled in lawsuits, political infighting, and environmental regulations. As of 2024, the high-speed rail project is still moving forward, but it's far from complete. The most significant progress has been made in California's Central Valley, where a 119-mile stretch of track between Merced and Bakersfield is under construction. This segment, known as the spine of the rail project, is intended to be the foundation for future expansions to San Francisco and Los Angeles. Yet, even this section has faced delays and cost overruns. In places like Fresno, construction sites are bustling with activity, and parts of the rail line are beginning to take shape. But elsewhere, work has stalled. Construction through the Tehachapi Mountains, a critical section that connects the Central Valley to Southern California, remains in limbo due to engineering challenges and a lack of funding. Governor Gavin Newsom remains committed to seeing the project through. His administration has argued that the high-speed rail is critical for California's future, both as a solution to the state's growing population and as part of its efforts to meet climate goals. The Central Valley section is now expected to be operational by 2030, but the timeline for connecting it to San Francisco and Los Angeles remains unclear. The project's biggest challenges are not just technical, they're financial and political. Securing the billions of dollars needed to complete the project has proven to be an uphill battle. Federal funding has been inconsistent, and private investment has remained elusive, leaving the project in a precarious state. As costs continue to rise and political opposition grows, the future of California's high-speed rail is far from certain. Construction continues, but the question remains, will this ambitious project ever be completed, or is it destined to become a symbol of unfulfilled promises? Despite the hurdles, the potential environmental and economic benefits of California's high-speed rail remain monumental. In a state battling the devastating effects of wildfires, droughts, and rising temperatures, this project is more than just a transportation upgrade. It's a lifeline in the fight against climate change. California's high-speed rail could be one of the most effective ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in a state where transportation accounts for nearly 40% of all emissions. Every high-speed rail journey has the potential to replace hundreds of car trips or short-haul flights, drastically cutting emissions. In a world where every step towards sustainability matters, this project could be pivotal in helping California achieve its net zero emissions goals by 2045. For a state known for its environmental leadership, this rail system could offer a bold, green future where passengers travel swiftly between major cities while producing a fraction of the emissions of traditional transportation methods. But it's not just about the environment. The economic potential is just as significant. During construction, the project has already created thousands of jobs, especially in regions like the Central Valley, which has struggled with high unemployment, and the benefits don't stop there. Picture a future where traveling from Los Angeles to San Francisco takes just a few hours. The high-speed rail would make intercity travel more convenient than ever, encouraging commerce, tourism, and business expansion across the state. For small business owners in cities like Fresno and Bakersfield, the high-speed rail could be a game-changer. With increased connectivity to California's economic hubs, businesses could expand their reach, tapping into new markets and bringing prosperity to areas that have long been economically overlooked. It's a vision of California's future where the high-speed rail system plays a central role in reshaping the state's economic landscape. Yet, for all its potential, the project remains in jeopardy. One of the biggest obstacles is funding. Without a significant influx of money, especially from the federal government and private investors, the project risks coming to a halt. The Central Valley section is being built, but to complete the line between Los Angeles and San Francisco, billions more are needed. So far, federal support has been inconsistent, with political shifts in Washington, D.C. affecting the flow of funds. The reality is stark. Without a major increase in investment, the project's future is uncertain. And while California has been able to fund part of the project through state bonds, it won't be enough to complete the system as originally envisioned. Private investors have also been hesitant. After years of delays, cost overruns, and political opposition, many potential partners see the project as too risky. Securing that crucial private sector investment has proven to be one of the most elusive pieces of the puzzle. Without this financial backing, the state may be left scrambling to find alternative solutions, or face the reality that certain sections of the rail might remain unfinished. The technical challenges are equally daunting. While construction in the Central Valley is relatively straightforward, connecting the line to Los Angeles and San Francisco is another story. Engineers are grappling with the difficult task of tunneling through the Tehachapi Mountains, a costly and time-consuming process that has caused further delays. Picture massive drilling machines boring through rock, while workers face harsh conditions and technical setbacks at every turn. The challenges don't stop there. Urban areas like Los Angeles present a different kind of obstacle, where the high cost of land and dense cityscapes make construction incredibly complex. The combination of funding shortfalls and engineering obstacles has left many wondering. Will California's high-speed rail ever be fully completed, or is it destined to remain an unfinished vision? So, what does the future hold for California's high-speed rail? There are reasons to be both optimistic and cautious. On the optimistic side, technological advancements in rail construction could help bring costs down and speed up the timeline. New tunneling technologies and automated construction processes may hold the key to overcoming some of the engineering challenges, making it possible to build through difficult terrain more efficiently. More importantly, as the urgency of addressing climate change continues to grow, the high-speed rail project could gain renewed momentum. California has long been a leader in pushing for environmentally sustainable infrastructure, and this project could be prioritized as part of the state's broader strategy to reduce carbon emissions and meet its climate goals. With the right political support and funding, the rail system could still play a major role in shaping the future of transportation in California. But there are still major hurdles. The reality is that without a steady source of funding, the project could face more delays or even cancellation. The road ahead will require consistent federal and state cooperation, as well as the political will to see the project through to completion. Globally, California's high-speed rail has its eyes set on examples like Japan's Shinkansen and China's high-speed rail network. Both of these systems have demonstrated that high-speed rail can be a game-changer for transportation and the economy. In Japan, the Shinkansen has been connecting cities efficiently for decades, reducing travel times and boosting economic growth. Meanwhile, China's high-speed rail system is now the largest in the world, allowing passengers to travel between major cities at unprecedented speeds. Imagine a future where California follows in the footsteps of these nations, where passengers glide from Los Angeles to San Francisco in a matter of hours, reducing travel time, traffic congestion, and carbon emissions. The dream of high-speed rail is still alive, but whether it can be realized depends on the ability to overcome the technical, financial, and political challenges that have plagued the project from the beginning. As construction continues, one thing is certain: the stakes are high. The future of California's high-speed rail represents more than just the future of transportation. It symbolizes a vision for the future of sustainable, interconnected travel in the face of climate change. Whether or not that vision becomes a reality is a question that remains unanswered.